So I'll be talking about the area of concentration for Waec 2006 physics. Okay, so at this time you shouldn't be doing exam malpractice. You can write exam on your own and pass. Okay, during our time we wrote exams on our own and we passed. The only thing now is the fear of the unknown. But I'm assuring you, if you are able to cover this aspect of physics, you can write physics on your own. Now, physics is usually in three papers. We have paper one, we have paper two, we have paper three. Okay, paper one is objective. I think 50 questions, multiple choice, 50 multiple choice question, and then we have paper two. Usually is in two parts, and that is what we are going to be talking about here. So you should be able to cover the following topics in physics if you are sitting for Waec 2026. Okay, now look at the board. We have for part one, you should be able to cover this aspect to be able to answer questions from part one. Usually for part one, there are usually 7 questions. Yes, with children and grandchildren, you are going to be given 7 questions to answer 5 questions out of the 7 questions. And in these 7 questions, these are the areas questions will come out from. Look at this. Part 1, you have projectile, you have electricity, you have particle nature of matter, you have satellite, you have optics fiber, you have electromagnetism, and then you have laser, and then finally semiconductor. If you are able to cover these topics in physics, you are sure of getting the 5 questions in part 1 physics paper 2. Then for the part 2, usually it is 5 questions, answer 3. Okay, now for this part 1, the 3 questions you will be answering the 5 questions you'll be answering in part 1 carries 3 marks each. It carries 3 marks each. So 3 times 5 will give you 15. So you have 15 marks obtainable from part 1. Then part 2, usually it is 5 questions. You have to answer 3 questions. This part usually has great grandchildren, great grandchildren. You will see a question like usually it starts from question 6. Part 1 is from question 1 to 5. Then part 2 starts from question part 1 is usually from question 1 to 5. Then part 2 usually is from question 8 to 12. Yes, 8 to 12. Okay, and you have to answer just 3 questions from 8 to 12. All right, so now for each of the questions you'll be answering in part 2, each question carries 15 marks. Each question carries 15 marks in part 2. Okay, and you have to answer 3. So if you multiply 15 by 3 marks, you have 45 marks obtainable for part 2, 15 marks obtainable for part 1. All right, so if you want to prepare for your Waec physics 2026 part 2, you need to cover these areas of physics: mechanics, electromagnetism, wave and sound, heat and thermodynamics, and then we have the modern physics. All right, now if you sum up these 15 marks from part 1 plus the 45 marks in part 2, you have what? 60 marks all together. So it means for paper 2, the total marks obtainable is 60 marks, while for paper 1 is 50. Then the practical is 50. Okay, so if you sum everything together, it's 160 marks. Both if you add paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, all together the marks obtainable is 160 all together. All right, so it means every part is important. You cannot just say, I will do so well in my practical. I don't need to do well in part one and part two. No, you need to do well in all the parts. Okay, every part counts. All right. Uh, Usually they say this is usually the part one. That's 50 plus the 60 marks from paper two. I mean, paper one is 50 marks. Then paper two is 60 marks. Usually they say they sum the 50 plus 60. It becomes 110. So they make it 50% of the total score. So your practical is 50 marks. I'm going to be talking about what you need to do to pass your physics practical in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more, share, like, comment. Thank you very much.